So, you think you're teaching English and travelling the world? I thought that about 20 years ago, and well, look, I'm still here. It's an amazing life, and if it's something you're interested in doing, stick with us, subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to tell you exactly how it's done. Obviously, the first reason anybody might think about doing this is the experience. You get to travel the world, and you'll get paid for it. Travel, certainly travel like I've done, is out of the reach, I think, of most people. And if I hadn't approached it this way, it would certainly have been out of my reach too. But I've travelled all over the world, I've lived in several countries, and I've experienced an awful lot. It's been brilliant, it's been well worth it. You're going to go and immerse yourself in cultures that, in a way that you wouldn't be able to do on holiday, because you will become a part of the place, you'll become a part of the local community to whatever extent, and you're going to feel part of something different. So if you want to see the world and be paid for it, teaching English overseas is the way to go. Now, the next reason to do this is very much connected to the first. It's all part of the experience, but I'm talking about the people. You're going to meet people who are so entirely different from you. You're going to experience their culture, you're going to experience their belief systems. It's a fascinating experience. Now, I'm not going to pretend that they're all going to be pleased to see you. They're not. Of course they're not. We'll have people who are against the idea of foreigners all over the world, just like you do in your country. You're going to find that everywhere. For the most part, people are interested in you and interested in what you're doing in their country. Particularly if you learn a few words of the language, you'll find people very welcoming on the whole. But again, that depends on where you go. So the other people you may not have thought about meeting are the other expats, the other foreigners who are living in your destination country with you. You meet people from all walks of life, they're not all teachers, obviously. Generally find an awful lot of oil workers, but aside from that, it's very, very, very varied. These are often people who you wouldn't have hung around with in the UK because your paths would never have crossed. And even if they had, you wouldn't necessarily have had anything in common. Whereas when we do this overseas, we've immediately got managing in that foreign country, this strange land, in common, and you'll find you meet an awful lot more people and build some really good lasting friendships that way. I think for me, the people are the biggest draw to doing what it is that I do. Right, another reason you might want to consider this, and it's not one that people think about that often when they think about doing this for a living, is the money. In certain roles, the money can be really quite decent. Now, we're not talking money that would be considered a top-level job back in the UK, or in the US, or in Canada, or any of these places that you're likely to come from if you're going to be doing this. But you have to take into account the cost of living. And in a place where I am now, I'm just here, this is Myanmar, and the cost of living here is incredibly low, and sadly that's because people are incredibly poor a lot of the time. Many people living on, well, $1 a day or less than £1. But that means that with my Western style salary here, I can save a lot of money each month and make plans for my future a lot better than ever I could when I was living in England. Obviously that's not true of every job you're going to find. The higher paying jobs are going to require higher levels of qualification and that sort of thing. But it's something to consider when you're looking into this. There's a very good chance of you saving a wedge of money for when you get back to your home country, should you decide to return. So another thing that you just might not expect in this line of work, if you decide to stick it out for a while, is that it brings you a kind of job security that I think is rare these days. Because the whole world becomes your job market, there are jobs, well, all over the place, and there are very, very many of them, particularly when you've got a few years teaching under your belt. If you're planning on doing this for a year, obviously that's not a concern, but if you're doing it as a career like I am, the ability to jump to another job and have the whole world as my job market holds a great appeal. The final thing I want to mention in this video is a reason that a lot of people do this. Just excuse me, I'm walking on a very, very uneven pavement, which is why I'm trying to, well, not fall over and break all the beer that I've just bought. A lot of people get into this for reasons of getting away from something else. Sometimes it works for them, sometimes it doesn't. But you will get an awful lot of men, particularly on the circuit, who are trying to get away from a bad marriage or a messy divorce. You've got people here on the circuit who just need to spend 7 years out of the country until they're no longer liable for the debts that they've run up there. You'll get people here who have committed some crime and not been caught as yet, so they still have a clean police clearance and they're hiding away now in another part of the world. That's not most people, but these people do exist, and for the most part they tend to be the least happy of us. And it's the only reason I would say was not the right reason to come. For the people, for the places, for the sights, for the sounds, for the smells, for the food, for the experiences and the laughs and the friends you'll make, absolutely, doing this is a fantastic idea. If it's to get away from a messy divorce or something else, you need to remember the old adage that wherever you go, there you are, and you're probably not going to be that much happier doing this than you were before you started. You'll have a hiatus period, but most people tend to find themselves falling back into whatever it was that they're running away from. So there they are, my main reasons for picking up work teaching English overseas. So at the start of this video, I came away for a year about 20 years ago, and I have visited the UK, but not with any intention ever of staying there for any longer than I absolutely had to. It's a great life. If you're thinking about it, just do it. Pick up the papers, certificates, or whatever that you need, and we'll go through those in the next video, and just do it. And if you're going to do it, please subscribe to the channel, because I will take you through step by step exactly how to go about making yourself a new life teaching English overseas. So for now, take care. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.